All right, we're being live streamed, everybody. Happy Monday, everyone. Welcome to Draglist Live, where we went bench racing with the world's best drag racers. I'm going to actually kill my browser because I don't want any feedback. All right, we're being live streamed, everybody. See? Happy Monday, everyone. And exactly what I was worried about, but we only got my mouth on there twice for a second. So, folks, this is really a treat. This is our first night on YouTube. John and I came on here a couple of weeks ago and tried it, and it worked. As you know, Facebook, or you may know, Facebook ditched us off the pages. In fact, Kenny Youngblood's with us tonight, Miss K, and we might even see a sighting from Jim Neilson tonight. Kenny was the last guy on the show who actually worked on the old Draglist page. Then we went to Draglist groups for a couple of weeks, a couple months maybe, and then Draglist, or YouTube rather, Facebook decided they wouldn't let anybody do videos on their groups anymore. So we had to find a new place to come. And you know what? What better place for video than YouTube? So welcome, everybody. What we're going to do tonight, John's going to check the chat. It's going to be chatting in YouTube now. We're going to peek at the old Facebook page to see if any wayward souls are out there trying to find the show there. And then we're sort of just going to catch up with what everybody's doing, man. So Miss K, Kenny Youngblood, welcome to the show. Great to have you on.
Great to be here.
And it goes, thanks so much. And you know, because Miss K now is the West Coast producer, West Coast East or West Coast late. So we got Pete Mariello out there as well. But Miss K looking out for us. So and bringing us the big time names. I mean, we literally put this show together. We had her last night, so we had like 24 hours, maybe more like 20 hours of advance notice. I think Kenny got about 20 minutes of advance notice, but here he is. Love you, man. Thanks for jumping on.
Well, Bill, I'm actually driving down. Well, I pulled off to talk, but I'm going west on 223rd Street in Long Beach, and
Awesome.
that wouldn't mean anything to anybody unless he needs to go to Lions Drag Strip, which was located just about a mile east of me here at 223rd and Alameda.
Unbelievable.
So we're right up the street from the Lions Drag Strip location, which is always warms my heart.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh. Well, let's see if I'm going to check real quick with John. John, do you have the page up yet with where you can find the chat?
I have the page, but it hasn't loaded in yet. So
okay, cool.
Y'all hang on, and we'll catch up with you.
Great. We're rocking and rolling. So when that comes up, we can chat with our friends. So Kenny, you going to do a U-turn and then make a pass down the old strip there?
Well, I could go back and show you where it's at, but there's not much to see except a gate entrance to a shipping container yard.
Wow. Is that what it is now? You know, where the strip was? Is it just a bunch of parcels and containers?
Yeah, that's what, as you know, Long Beach is a major shipping port, and they bring in we support China. We bring in all their goods, and so that's what it's been since they closed the track, was just container storage. So
yeah, better than a Coparts facility, which Vandermeer's dealing with now, I guess.
Yeah. Rick Lorenzen at the Lions Museum is getting the Lions Club involved. The same club that was put up the drag strip back in the day, and they're getting re-involved. And of course, it's a lot bigger club, and it's got worldwide connections. And I'm going to have to talk to them, see if they can muscle those containers out of there. We put Lions Drag Strip back down there. Wouldn't that be something?
Right
that
on.
Would be something. Well, Miss K's been sharing a lot of pictures and photos and videos of you guys out and about. What was the last big place you were?
Well, myself, I went to
the Concord, wasn't it?
I went to I'm trying to think of Barry McGuire's daughters. name. Shame on me. They still put on her concours d'elegance at the
The
castle there in
fancy place.
Riverside. The which?
The fancy place.
Yeah,
Those are great.
yeah. And attended that. Von Hot Rod got me in there, and I'd never been to that show. It was really a class deal, which I expected it to be. And that's it. I watched the drag races from Epping yesterday, but I probably did a lot of other stuff, but I get old, I can't remember.
Well,
Remember what
let's
I
have
did.
Miss K can give us a nudge. Miss K, what was your perception of the last few days?
Kay's been she's been the traveling woman there. Went up to Ed Ross deal.
That was
Okay.
pretty cool.
Yeah, spent 4 days out in Manti, Utah, for the Ratfink reunion, and it was an amazing time, that's for sure. I went down Wednesday afternoon, and they had a special gathering at Big Daddy Ed Ross resting place at the cemetery. First time I'd ever visited, and it was quite an emotional evening. Trixie, his widow, she's an amazing lady. I don't know if you've seen, Bill. I did a all women influencer day up at the high school where I'm an advocate and mentor for those kids, and
Right.
Trixie was one of the ladies that come up and
that's
participated in that. And for her to do that, she drove all the way up from Manti herself to be there and support that program. And for me, it was just quite an honor. And they took me in this weekend, and they treated me like family, and met a lot of amazing people, reacquainted with a few Kenny Youngblood fans and friends, which totally touched my heart, such as Jeff DeGrandes, which you asked me about on one of the podcasts, as well as John Ben Mitchell, aka Drag Daddy, whom I met there last year. And Kenny Youngblood is his sensei and a major influencer in his life. So for me, it was quite an honor to hang out with the two of those crazy characters. They came over, and Jimmy Shue had Miss Hellfire there, right, for the first time ever. And I was so excited to share her, because there's a lot of people from Salt Lake City that I've been, bragging about Miss Hellfire all these months.
Right.
They got to come down and finally see her for the first time. And Jimmy Shue came down, and it was just, he cackled her several times, and it was an amazing weekend. Had an absolute blast. The only thing missing was the bleeder, but he had other commitments at the Lions Museum doing those amazing murals there, which you still need to get down to see, Bill.
I do. Well, we're thinking about doing Irwindale this November, and definitely going to make a trip over there if we do.
So it's well worth the trip, Bill. And anybody that's listening that could possibly get to Long Beach, California, and you're into drag racing or just like cars, I don't think there's any place else quite like it. I really can't describe it. See it to believe it. An amazing car collection and tribute not only to Lions, the drag strip, but all of Southern California motorsports venues, and which we're working on right now, including Ascot Race Speedway and Riverside Raceway and the Ontario Motor Speedway, as well as the Long Beach Marine Stadium. And it's really cool. I should send you some pictures.
Yeah, for sure. Are they so we doing a little section as a tribute to each one of those tracks? I think I saw something that you did, but I can't, it's in my memory, quite cloudy. It's over 2 months old, so it's gone.
Yeah, it's a very large building. It's a 20-foot high ceiling, and the one wall depicting El Mirage is 20 feet tall and 100 feet wide.
Wow.
And it's all mural, and that's certainly the largest piece of artwork I've ever had anything to do with, and it came out really good. It's pretty spectacular. But the wall facing that's about 80 feet wide by 20 foot tall, and it's in 3 sections. We've got Ascot, Riverside, and Ontario Speedway, which any viewers who've were fortunate to go to Ontario, what a magnificent facility that was. And again, what a shame that it got torn down, but that was an amazing facility. And they wanted to do a little tribute to NASCAR. Rick bought Fred Lorenzen's Ford NASCAR from the 70s. And no relation, but their last names are spelled the same. So you had to have that car.
We need to get the pro stock racer Don Lorenzen in there. We'll have a triple, man. And
there you go.
Remember the guy with the '69 Camaro was pretty badass.
Yeah. I think he was a Southern California guy, wasn't he?
Yeah, he sure was.
Yeah.
So I'm racing at OCIR along with I was at OCIR in '77, so I was in the later crowd, but it was making me think of I guess the middle crowd, the late boomer crowd. But when thinking about Ascot and places like that, how many young fans even know those places existed? I think El Mirage probably has a little bit better name, but that's so important to get that up there.
Yeah, I agree. El Mirage, of course, they still run out there. Just did a few weeks ago.
Oh.
And speaking of lakes racing, Danny Thompson is a frequent visitor down at the museum there, and what a incredible guy he is, and carrying the torch for his dad.
He's amazing.
He's wanting to build a new car to be the first to run, I think, 500 on pistons.
With pistons. Yeah. Unbelievable. Well, I got a guy that's run, pretty fast with a jet in our waiting room. Can we check in with this guy?
Yeah.
So let's see. We'll see if we can get him in. We just fired him up, and welcome to Jim Jet Neilson, who's he takes cruises down the 1320 in a limo oftentimes, or he has in the past. Let's see if we can get Jim to unmute.
He's on mute.
And we'll bring him in. And then we're going to
Jimmy Jet Neilson. For those who don't know him, he's like a e-ticket ride they used to have at Disneyland. What's the best ride?
You bet, the best ride at Disneyland. Jimmy, how you doing, bud? Can you hear us?
I'm here. Well, I'm sick, but I mean, everybody knows that. But I mean, I'm sick with the cold. This time I'm real sick, but I'm here.
Welcome aboard. Great to have you. You're on YouTube Live tonight. We changed our venues.
Yeah, well, I'm welcome back.
Thanks. Yeah, we I don't want to be on any network that would have me as a customer. That's so we had to ditch Facebook. Still a little garage to Mark.
Bill?
Say that again. Well, he's just called.
There he is. There he is.
I'm just coming into reality here.
Hi, Jimmy.
What's up, bud?
How you doing? I'm on my sick today.
Hey, Jimmy.
Yes, sir.
For those viewers that might not know about Jimmy Jet Neilson, give us a quick rundown.
I don't think there is anybody, is there?
I know. Of the stuff that you can talk about. I know you can't tell us everything, but
yeah,
we don't want to know everything.
I met you. You used to have a fuel funny car you ran out at Orange County, right?
Yeah. I ran funny cars until 1986, and then jets from '86 to now.
And of course,
still running them, I'm still alive. So
your funny car, of course. I loved your funny car because it had this badass Corvette body on it.
Yeah.
Yes, it did. Then I had the
Night Witch.
Yeah, I think I dated her.
Yeah, they had wooden wheels back then.
Yeah,
Jimmy, didn't you carry some stunt man like hung on to the back of your Corvette funny car and you took him for a ride down the track?
No, you mentioned that last time. No, that was somebody else. That was done, and yeah, that guy ended up getting killed. He was hanging from a plane in Maui, Hawaii, and they
Oh, no.
and the harness broke and he fell. But that,
Oh,
yeah, he
man.
was kind of out there. I usually like to run in front of the motor.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, but you know what's funny is I had the first rear engine jet funny car. That you know, I got it legalized by NHRA, and that was the jet limo. It was an actual full-on rear engine funny car, and they had to redo all their licensing and all the rules. They made an exception for me. I couldn't tell anybody when I built it, and they're all screaming at me, "You can't do that! It's illegal!" And I had to sit there and go, "Yeah, okay."
Jimmy, you mean as opposed to the driver sitting up on the
Right.
side?
On the side, yeah. I actually sit in front of it, just like a jet dragster.
Which they all do now.
Right.
So now, in that kind of started all the gimmicks. You know, now everybody's got little gimmicks and
Yeah.
you know all kind of stuff. But yeah, I was the first one to cut through that little barrier.
Nice. I had the honor of announcing you on several occasions when you brought that down to Budds Creek, Maryland.
And I had the honor of listening to you when I could, when I didn't have the engine going. But yeah, those are good old days, man.
Heck yeah. Those stories are still right here on the website. There's pictures of it with the race report.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I got 2 jet cars going now. We're going to have a bunch more. We got another one I'm bringing down, so I should have 3 here in Texas real soon. I got all kind of stuff going on, and you know, I'll keep you posted on that, Mr. Bill.
Outstanding. Let's do it.
Hey, Bill,
Yeah.
as we speak, I'm actually working with Glenn Britton back in the Midwest building a new jet car. It's going to be pretty wild. It's a twin engine side by
Redmond?
side. Huh?
You said Lynn Redmond?
Glenn Britton is building the car, and he's not the owner, but it's just a side by side dragster, and it's the theme is a Red Baron.
Okay.
We did a really cool body design for it to replicate
Snoopy in it? Gonna have Snoopy in it?
That's that. Thanks for the idea. You just made him some more money. I'll
Is it going to replicate the famous show car, Kenny, with the red and the chrome helmet on top?
Yeah, exactly. That's pretty much, and it's got a faux machine gun coming off the nose. It'll have laser beam shooting out of it, and it's pretty cool. I'll get you some pictures of that.
I love it. Well, hey guys, let's check in with John and see if anybody has joined us on the chat with any comments or questions. John, if they found us here on YouTube?
Yes, we have a few people here tonight that just showed up. Crossfire Jet Dragster checked in, and it's great to have you with us tonight, Jimmy. And
all right, Russ Lansky, how's it going, brother?
He said, "Hey, Sister Kay and Kenny, David Gates here." Oh, it's
David
Gates.
Okay, the driver.
Sorry about that. Hope to see y'all soon. And Rich Panicaro is here with us from New Jersey. Dwayne Morris checked in. He's going to be mentioned in the Racer of the Week tonight, which I originally had it for the middle of April, but we haven't been on since then. So I'm going to do it tonight. And Jack Red checked in, and he says, "Hi, everyone."
All right. Well, if Jack found this place that nobody else has a reason to say they couldn't, because Jack's almost 90 years old, the old Eastern Drag News reporter and or owner and editor, and he's done, you know, the Jack approved decals, and he's my traveling buddy. So thanks, Jack.
He can't be that old. That's too old. He's got to be half that age, you know. He acts half that age, and he looks half that age. You're doing great, Jack.
Did Jack hang out at Lions at all? See, that name's familiar.
Yeah, he was. He's been to the West Coast before, and he's been at, you know, I mean, we'll have to get him on here to chat about it. He's been out there, but mostly East Coast based. He ran the Pro Fuel circuit, a top fuel match racing circuit on the East Coast in the late 70s, and just done a little bit of everything. He was involved with NASCAR drag racing back in the day, and he actually finished number 3 in the AHRA Stock Eliminator World Championship one year, and he didn't need nothing. And Charlie Thurwanger was one of the guys, and Dick Harrell were the guys who finished above him, which is amazing.
Wow. I think Jimmy Jett's got some things coming up on his schedule, right, Jimmy?
Yes, we do. In about 2.5 months, we got something going on. I'm going to do a record out there. I got a 2-mile runway, and got the room I need to do what I'm going to do.
Nice. You're going to have to get a new hat that says 405.
Well, I'd have to get a new hat. Yeah, I hate to retire this one. Actually, I got a whole bunch of them, and I just swap them out. I don't want everybody thinking I'm wearing the same shirt every day. I got like 20 hanging in there. Oh, okay. And I got my pink shorts on. My pink shorts.
All right.
Beautiful. Are you,
Everything I like is pink.
Hey,
So it's my favorite
Jimmy,
color.
It's Pride Month, Jimmy.
Oh no. Oh no.
But, it goes real good with the black,
Heck yeah. I think I read pink is the new black or something 2-3 years ago. They came out with that. I don't know. I don't track it.
Yeah, so I was just working on the boat today, and I'm, feeling really horrible. But other than that, I got to go to work tomorrow.
Well, feel better. And pink always worked for Muldowney, so you got that going for you.
Yeah, it sure did. Except for that one time in Molson, that was a horrible deal there. I was good friends with John. He worked with me on my car, John Muldowney. And yeah, she was in the hospital, and I just got out from my crash. So I borrowed him from Shirley, and he worked with me.
Wow.
I didn't know that. That's great. Hey, Jimmy, I've never heard the W word come out of your mouth. Work.
Yeah, well, what I misrepresented. What I meant is going to have fun.
That's what I figured.
Yeah. Well, I like to call it work. That way everybody knows I work.
We don't
do what you love. You never work a day in your life, right? Is that what they say?
Just getting in the car and getting out now, man. Getting out's real work, I'll tell you. That fire suit's a little tight on me.
So, like that one movie where Walter Brennan climbed into the top fuel car, the rear engine car, and the front engine car, they barely could get him out. Do you remember that? Were you there, Kenny, or hear about that?
Where was that?
It was some like teen flick that had drag racing in it, and Walter Brennan, the actor, got into like a front engine dragster, and they could barely get him out. Some of the old timers were sharing that with me.
Oh, I don't remember that, but I can barely get out now myself.
Yeah, I just thought it was maybe the seat was different.
Yeah, I've known you, Jimmy Jett, for 50 years, and I've yet to determine what you do. So,
yeah, well, when you find out, let me know, would you?
Except it's never boring.
Well, never. We don't want to be boring. Otherwise, that way I'd get bored.
Yeah.
So in 2 months, you're going for a new record, Jim? You got a 2-mile straightaway. Is that going to be for an official world record of some sort?
Yeah, I got plenty of room. I always like a little margin for error. When if I forget to pull the parachutes or something, we are getting older, so you got time to say, let's see, why is this thing not slowing down? Oh, the parachutes. So I got a little extra room there.
Awesome. Well, what are you aiming for? Can you share what your
finish
number
line
you're looking for?
I'm aiming for the finish line. Yeah, that's one thing about a runway, there's nothing to hit. It's all lawn and pavement, so you got a little room for some air there.
So yeah, it's amazing.
Was you hoping for some insight on the car?
Okay. Say again.
Was you hoping for some insight on the car that he'll be running?
Sure.
Okay. My ears are kind of plugged up, but I can't hear that well. So say it again. I'm sorry.
Tell us about the car you'll be running. What are some of the special features of it?
Well, it's got a jet engine and it's going to haul ass. That's the only thing I can tell you. It's a kind of surprise.
I tried.
Yeah,
Well,
you
I've
try
seen
to
some who
slide it
had the
in there.
jet engine and didn't haul ass. So, I mean, it's not a given, actually.
Yeah, well, I've seen a few of those when I've been racing, a few of them that didn't light and a few of them that lit wrong.
Yeah.
A few of them that caught fire. But yeah, it's kind of a surprise. But excuse me, nice try, Kay, though. You almost made me slip, huh?
Kay thinks we're a hard news program. She's going for the scoop over here.
Yeah, she's getting it. Yeah, but the scoop didn't work. Speaking of scoop, I got my gummy bears out. I bought, like, when I was on the airplane coming back, they got these 2-pound gummy bear bags, and I left it in the truck and it all melded into a big ball. So I'm using my knife to cut it all up.
It's like a gummy basketball. Those aren't the kind that Cheech and Chong sell, are they? Is it
The what? I'm sorry?
the kind that Cheech and Chong sell, the gummies that they're marketing these days?
Oh, yeah. The gummy bears. That was funny. Up in smoke when that thing started catching on fire. That was funny.
It was a good movie. It reminded me of San Diego. I was living there in the late 70s.
Yeah, I wasn't.
Boogie Nights, man. They totally nailed the Southern California vibe.
Yeah, I was in Thousand Oaks then. Thousand Oaks, California, with close.
Have you guys seen that new Tarantino movie with Brad Pitt, and I guess he plays a stuntman? Man, it just like takes me right back to California in the 70s.
What's the name of it?
Yeah. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I guess. I haven't seen the whole thing. I just see it pop up on YouTube clips now and then, or Facebook clips, I guess.
My new favorite movie. That's awesome. Of course, it really is only meaningful if you were into the Manson family, and their demise back then. But
yeah, I remember that.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, I won't mind seeing it. I haven't been to a movie in a long time. I hear they talk now.
Very funny, Jimmy.
They're in color too. It's awesome.
I'm old enough. Damn. But,
Hey, Bill, did you by chance see that that video that Kenny shared? I also shared it on my page of Nitro Warriors.
Yes, I did see it.
Did you watch it and see a younger Kenny Youngblood commentating with Big Daddy Don Garlitz?
Oh, I didn't go all the way through. I saw that you sent it and I posted a link, but I didn't watch it all. So now I have to go back. Now there's a reason.
Well, I highly recommend it for any drag racing fan, any Kenny Youngblood fan, even John Lundberg, right? Is it Thunderlungs?
Thunderlungs, yeah.
He was commentating
John
too.
is likely watching tonight. He might be on here.
Yeah, it's a great video if you love the historical part of it, and Kenny Youngblood, you know, and Big Daddy Don Garlitz. I loved it. I loved it.
Yeah, that was from Phoenix. Dean Papadakis, Man Event Entertainment, made that show from Phoenix there, but also available now are the 13 TV show episodes that we did with Big Daddy from the Garlitz Museum on different drag racing subjects. And I've seen a couple of them, but I highly recommend them. It's the stuff from Big Daddy that's really great and never before seen.
Yeah.
And they couldn't afford to pay a co-host, so that's me. But but there's some really good shows.
Well, yeah, Kenny, you're a great commentator. You know he used to run the Fuel Coop magazine, right, Bill? Back in the day.
I do know that. It was the best looking thing on the market.
It was. I'd love to do it again. It was just a matter of time, Bill.
I hear you. Well, you know, gosh, that's a tough business. It was always tough, but it's super tough in these days.
Yeah, it was fine. It just it took at least a week out of my month to put together, and unfortunately had other things I needed to do, but I was very proud of it. We did it right.
It was beautiful for sure. I've got them, not the few that were there, but I've got them. Do looks like Jimmy J is showing us off that beautiful home of yours, man. Are you on the road there, Jim, or is that your living room?
He's on his
Well,
boat.
it's I used to do that in Hawaii. I had a charter fishing business in the 70s, and I like being always my boat. I always like a house like a boat. This thing's big enough. It's got 3 staterooms, 3 showers. It's huge, so it's plenty big. So it's better than a nice condo. I redid it with all granite counters, and I've been doing a lot of work on it. I redo boats. That's my therapy.
Beautiful. So what's the address? Where are we coming? You can tell me later on a message. You don't have to tell me in public here.
What do you want to know?
Where is it? I'm gonna come out.
When can we all go
in
fish?
Texas, by Corpus Christi, down in Texas. That's where I bought it, so I ended up here. I didn't actually, so now I like it. Everybody's really nice, and they're good old boys, and they mean it. They they don't throw rocks at you when you got a flat tire. They stop and help you.
I hear. Well, that's John's area. John used to play music down that way.
Oh, really?
Christy, didn't you, John? And Port Aransas and Kemah.
Yeah, that's about where I'm at. I'm down by Port Aransas, so it's really nice down here. I ran into a lot of guys that are running $5 million boats here from Hawaii. I knew their fathers and stuff, and just kind of running into people. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
John, who else is out there chatting at us? Anybody new join up?
Yes, Dwayne Morris checked in and he said the whole MWR racing team is watching and listening to the show right now. And they all said, thank you guys for everything you do. The race of the week is with MWR Racing, and it's going to be a good one. Rich Panacaro says, "Hi, Miss K." And
she's
Jack
classing
Red
up the joint with all these ugly guys tonight.
Yeah. Jack Red posted. He said it's a little early, but the Bruce Larson Drag Fest this year will be on October the 19th, not the second Saturday in November. He said he is going to the big drag get together in California on the second week in November.
Yep. Absolutely. Yeah, we've done the Bruce Larson USA 1 Drag Fest for 15, 16, 17 years now. I can't even remember what the number is, but it was on the second weekend of November all the time. So that's when Steve and has his Irwindale deal. So Bruce said, screw this, man, I'm going to that. Changed his date for the first time ever. So Mr. USA 1 will be coming out to Irwindale this year, and I plan
that event is on my bucket list. I really need to go and check it out, and I need to come back to the Funny Car Nationals again, and the Draglist Nationals for that matter, because I'm wearing my Draglist Nationals shirt tonight.
Right, brother. Well, we got Funny Car Chaos at Bud's Creek in August. If you can handle the humidity, bring it.
Yeah, if I could get off this merry-go-round, I'd go out there and do everything.
Gotcha. Anybody else on the chat, John, while we have you?
At the moment, we're caught up.
All right. Tell your friends, guys. We have to have everybody follow the ant trail to the new place here, but we'll get it promoted.
Well, I have a question about all that, and that is, I haven't figured out how to post a like next to your comments. I'll get that figured out. And I am concerned if we're coming into YouTube in real time.
Oh, it's live. I'm watching it right now on my.
It's live.
My little
okay. I'll shut up. I'm good to go.
Yeah, I was sort of worried about that because I had to. I used to be able with Facebook. Used to be able to have a browser open and it wouldn't interfere. But with this dude, if I have the browser open, we get the crazy feedback. So all good. So where are we at? So 8:35, about 10 minutes before we're gonna do a wrap. So what pearls of wisdom do we have for everybody out of we'll go one at a time here. Mr. Youngblood, who stopped near Lion's Drag Strip to speak with us tonight, which is very cool. What do you got going on for the next couple of months, and what's your plans?
Well, actually, I just pulled up here to my the lady Kathy Rivers that does my websites, and we're working on a website for a new business that I'm very excited about. I can't tell you what it is yet, but I will, and that's going to be my focus. I'll let you know when we get that up, and then other than that, we're thrashing down at the museum there. And again, if anybody's in the area and you haven't been there, they're open to the public on Wednesdays and Saturdays. It's at the corner of Del Amo and Santa Fe in Long Beach, or actually Rancho Dominguez there. And that's a really cool place.
Oh, it's awesome.
Well, I'm coming. Might take me half a year, but
okay.
I might come out there.
Yeah, definitely. Everybody's got to come see it. It'll blow your mind. It's everything you've ever seen and heard about all your life from the 50s to even older. But I mean, it's all the days that we grew up with.
They got some of the fence torn down over there when we had the last drag race in '72. Was I guess that event is probably featured somewhere there, isn't it?
Yeah, they've got the sign. They've got the sign from the last drag race there, the actual sign, I believe, on the starting line at Lions. And interestingly, Dave Mandela, who's one of the guy that got me involved down there, we went to get some K-rail at a storage yard there in Long Beach for the Long Beach Grand Prix display, which we also have, and actual K-rail that they use at the Grand Prix. And so we're down at this big yard where they store all this stuff, and kind of in a special spot out front, to my surprise, was a piece of K-rail from Brotherhood Raceway, Terminal Island, Big Willie. So
Big Willie Robinson and Tamika.
yeah.
That's amazing. The Brotherhood of Street Racers. Look out.
Yeah.
It's like we're in my mind going through a 70s version of Superstock or Drag Racing USA or something. All the great ads. Well, Jimmy, what about you, sir? What's Jim Jet doing besides checking out life on his yacht?
Down here in a few minutes.
Working on my boat today, man. Yeah, the guy that put the tint on all these millions of windows here, put it on like Helen Keller, and I had to take a razor blade to the whole thing.
Hey, how's it going? We're waving to the webmaster.
Yeah,
see some. Yeah.
So
Is that Catherine?
Is that Catherine back there, Kenny?
it's Miss Kathy Rivers right there.
Howdy, howdy. Welcome.
Howdy.
Say hello to the world. Nice to see you.
Hello, everybody.
Can't wait to see your work. I know we can't talk about it yet, but we're looking forward to it. Send us a link. We'll promote you.
Okay.
Kathy and I enjoy sitting around talking about our experience with Bill Chapman and the ADRA there some years ago.
Right. I remember those days.
Right, that was.
Oh yeah, that was a ride.
And Bill, I mean, I don't know if anybody cares, but it occurred to me that now that was before him. There was no really organized nostalgia drag racing events to speak of, and I think maybe they'd have a couple of exhibition cars there at Bakersfield or whatnot, you know. And I knew that the drag racing fans were hungry for that it'd be a big hit.
Yeah, they were.
And so I'm afraid that nostalgia drag racing was my fault, because I talked Bill Chapman into doing that deal that he did, and of course he was less than he was anyway, but got that deal going, and it proved what I thought, because people just came out of the woodwork and were throwing money at that deal, and it just proved what I knew. And he put on a couple of events, and but he bit off more than he could chew, but went under. Then after that, Jack Williams talked Gary Metters into doing the March meets at Bakersfield, which was really the beginning of it. But so it's all my fault.
It is. I remember talking to you at PRI that year where you were out promoting it. And that's where I got my KB a Blood Did It original as part of that deal as you were
There
helping
you
to
go.
raise money and stuff.
And Kathy and Jeff were involved, and
Oh, yeah.
Jim McMonigal and Dean Papadeus. It was quite a deal.
Menagerie of people.
Yeah.
Well, it was going to be
Dean's the only
awesome,
guy.
but then it's awesome now that because, other people stepped in and actually did it afterward.
Yeah. Yeah, it took off. They did it right. I was trying to tell Bill to go in easy, but he didn't want to hear it. But
Well, thank you, sir, for nostalgia drag racing. And we're
Okay.
getting close to wrapping. Jim, like you were talking about, you got to fix the tint on those windows because someone named Helen Keller apparently did it. So you're going to take care of that this weekend, or what's the plan? You got to retint your windows, Jim, on the boat. Is that what you were saying?
Okay, I couldn't hear you. Yeah, I'm going to retint them real dark, limousine tent, the dark. But I had to take all the other stuff off. That was horrible, man, with a razor blade.
Don't let the cops come get you because they're too dark. They don't do that anymore, do they? Or do they?
On boats they don't. Yeah, on boats they don't. Usually, they
Yeah,
recommend it. On
I'm
my boat,
not
they
buying
recommend
it,
I
Jim.
have the
I'm not
tent where
buying
they
it.
can't see what I'm doing.
I'm not buying it, Jimmy. You probably had Raina do it.
Well, yeah, it's yeah. I just got my. You can see it's really windy today, but other than that, it's usually pretty nice here.
Okay, Neilson, we
Yeah.
get your life is a dream and ours sucks. Okay, so it's
Well, I
freaking
suggest you
harbor.
come over here then and come on over and have fun.
I will, man. Let's one of these days. So, Kay, you got the last. Miss Kay put this deal together. I gave her 20 hours of notice that she was coming on, and within minutes of the show, she got both Kenny and Jim called up, and thank you guys so much for coming on. Miss Kay, your last word for tonight. What do you got to tell our fans?
Well, if you know me at all, or if you've learned anything about me at all up to this point, I love shining the light on others. So I am so grateful and blessed that both Kenny Youngblood and Jimmy Jett were able to join us this evening. Jim Shue was at the Rat Fink reunion. Those three are all good friends. They're all legends in drag racing, and what an honor and a pleasure it is for me to be affiliated with all three of these crazy gentlemen. As you can see, what I get to deal with on a daily basis. Jimmy Jett best be out selling his t-shirts. Rock on, doing your thing, signing those autographs, which that's the most rewarding thing for me to do when being around these gentlemen is watching them sign autographs for their fans, because for me, I know what it does for me. And I'm just going to bring this out to share. This was the most amazing part of my weekend. So Jeff DeGrandis and Drag Daddy did a collaboration. You see that, John? Check that out.
Nice.
They did a case drag strip on there. I was so touched and honored, for this to happen. But being in, around these legends, what an opportunity for me. And I still represent Flying Brian Schaefer, who runs the sprint cars, specializing in the top fueler super modifieds, right, Kenny Youngblood? And we hope to have there is an event Meridian, Idaho this month, hoping we're going to get Flying Brian Schaefer there. And there will be another open wheel showdown in Las Vegas, I believe in December, again with him. And I'm still affiliated with the high school automotive students, and that's the most rewarding opportunity I've been given. We're off for the summer, right? But I'm hanging out locally, doing some car shows here, and I'm looking to go to Hypoxia up in Wyoming this weekend for an 8th mile big tire, small tire event supporting the racers here. So,
you're making it happen, Miss Kay.
I just do what I love, and meeting all of these gentlemen. I didn't even know who Kenny Youngblood was 2 years ago. Shame on me being a drag racing girl,
Most
and
people
Kenny
don't.
Youngblood introduced me to Jimmy Jet and Jimmy Shue. So I'm grateful to Kenny for that, and for other reasons. He knows why. So I'm grateful and blessed for every day I have to do what I love and be a part of motorsports in general. Although drag racing will always, always have my heart. Always.
We're grateful and blessed to have you join us, okay, and to have you help us put together this show and these great guests. Thanks so much, ma'am. Kenny Youngblood, Jim Jet Neilson, guys, thanks so much for joining us on short notice. This was a blast. I have to say this is a huge success. Welcome to YouTube, and we're going
Love to have, love to be here, buddy. Thank you.
All right,
Thank you.
have a good one.
Thank you, Bill. We'll be back on next week, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, we see what else.
That works for me. Always welcome. All right, good night, everybody.
Have a blessed evening. Thank
You
you.
say farewell individually here, and adios. Bye.
Bye, Jimmy.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Kay. Bye.
See ya.
All right, folks. There go our amazing guests. Let's turn it over to John Bockelman for this week's JB's Take and Racer of the Week. Mr. Bockelman, take it away.
Thanks, BP. My pick for Racers of the Week are Sean and Shannon Jones from Shermansdale, Pennsylvania. Sean was recommended to me by our friend Dwayne Morris, who has provided us with many Racers of the Week in the past, and I'm returning a favor to him for his outstanding contributions to my segment of the show. Now, this was originally scheduled for mid-April, but we've had several issues working to get the show back online. And finally, we got it, thanks to BP's expertise. And tonight, I'm proud to feature these fine folks. And thank you for your patience and understanding while the show was in limbo. Now, y'all are the first Racers of the Week on Draglist Live via YouTube. Now, Sean had his appendix out a while back and was understandably somewhat depressed due to not being able to drive for a few weeks. Now, this feature was requested to help lift his spirits and to give him this tribute for his awesome talent and determination to win. Sean now has Worldwide Inc. for a week. Now, Dwayne Morris manages the team's racing page. He does all of the PR stuff, as well as the tires, the bodywork, suspension, basically anything that needs to be done. The car just got a brand new wrap. They run Super Late Model, World of Outlaws, the Lucas Oil Series, the ULMS Series, and anywhere with a big payout, most of which are televised. And Sean's wife, Shannon, is a very big part of his life and a big part of the team as well. MW Racing is owned by Rich and MJ Whitfield, consisting of a 2023 Longhorn Super Late Model, which is powered by 3 different engine combinations depending on the tracks they visit. All 3 engines are wide-bore, small-block Chevy power plants from a 432 cubic inch to a 454 cubic inch, all built by J. Dickens Race Engines. The roof on the car is dedicated to Shannon's son, Austin Hunter, who is currently serving our country in the U.S. Navy. The team consists of 1 full-time tire specialist, 1 full-time shock specialist, 1 full-time chassis specialist, 1 full-time drivetrain specialist, a full-time tuner, and 4 general mechanics. Each race or practice, they collect all the data they can and record it for future setups upon success. The backup car is a 2023 Kryptonite, which is currently getting a complete body installed. Sean started racing in 2000 in the Enduro car class at Williams Grove Speedway, collecting several top 10 finishes till he later moved up to limited late models in 2005 with rapid success, collecting multiple heat wins and eventually scoring 6 feature wins, as well as a class championship in 2007 at Lincoln Speedway. Plus, Sean holds the fastest lap record at Bedford Speedway from 2016. In 2017, Sean placed 10th in the Mason-Dixon Shootout Series. And in 2019, he finished a strong year at third in points in that series and won Best Appearing Car. In 2019, MW Racing decided to go all in and compete in Super Late Model, which netted Sean Rookie of the Year honors and second in points in the Ultimate Late Model Series, which led to numerous top 5 and top 10 finishes in the Lucas Oil Series and the World of Outlaws shows, as well as the Ultimate Late Model Series events. And last year was just a year of bad luck. Early this year, things started to look up, but then the owner decided to purchase the new Longhorn chassis, which was amazing right out of the box. And Sean finished in the top 5 at every race but 2. The team plans to race at 18 tracks in 2024. The approximate number of spectators in the stands for a regular race is between 2,000 to 3,000. And for the Lucas Oil or World of Outlaws series, the spectators will number 5,000 to 6,000. The crew is Rich Whitfield, MJ Whitfield, Aaron Whitfield, Jimmy McGilton, Stephen McGilton, Brian Bubba Manivel, Dan Hibner, Marshall Landis, Marty Wayant, Austin Jones, Cody Small, Bill Palmer, Ryan German, DeLuca Alexander, Dwayne Morris, and Shannon Jones. The sponsors are Red Wing Shoes, Palmer's Automotive, Baker Door Company, Jeff Jones Masonry, Clipper Magazine, JRD Automotive, Tri-State Exterior Design, LLC, Chaz's Used Auto Parts, J. Dickens Racing Engines, RDJ Signs and Designs, Baker Outlaw Carburetors, Team 22 Incorporated Motorsports, Barron's Racing Engines, Brandon Little with the Snap-on Tools Little Tool Truck, Affordable 50s Towing and Transportation, BDR Racing Products, and Valco Racing Wheels. Dwayne sent an update to me today. The team is back to racing. They raced 3 Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series this past weekend. Friday at Georgetown, Delaware. Saturday they were to go to Hagerstown, Maryland, but got canceled due to the rain on the way there. And then they raced last night at Port Royal Speedway in Pennsylvania. And this was a couple of weeks ago, y'all. Dwayne said it was a very long, tiring weekend, but it was fun. He also said Sean is doing great. They are definitely going to be in the winner's circle very soon. Dwayne showed Sean and the car owner this feature. They both got watery eyes, so they feel that this gave Sean the push that they needed. He's driving more concentrated and calculated than ever. Now, Dwayne also told me a couple of weeks ago that the car was involved in an incident on track and it sustained some damage. He told me the team was rebuilding and would be back out racing quickly. I'm just glad that Sean wasn't hurt and he's back racing now. Dwayne also told me that the team is participating in Speed Week this year. We hope y'all win it. Well, Sean, you're a tough hombre and a top competitor. You're the driver for an outstanding race team, and I have no doubt that you will return soon with all your might. We wish you a speedy recovery and good luck, safe racing, and the best of times in the future. I'd like to wish my niece, Lisette, congratulations on graduating from high school last weekend. She did great, Lisette. And she's on her way to Santiago, Chile now, and from there she goes to Europe. And she'll be coming back and staying with her mom in Austin, and here too, as far as I know. But way to go, Lisette. That was great. Everybody stay safe and well. You are the most important part of this show, and we love you all. We look forward to having you all with us every week. It's a great way for us to spend an hour together on a Monday night. And I'll see you all next time. God bless America. Back to you, BP.
Thank you, John. Appreciate it, my friend. And It's been as I moved into your frame in the last thing, we're getting our thing back down here. It's been a couple of weeks off, man. We're having to learn all the new things. There are a few new controls. It's kind of like when you get a brand new chassis in drag racing. You have some of the controls are not quite where your last cars were. Well, that's how YouTube is for Facebook. So we're getting there. Do want to thank you so much for joining us tonight, and Miss Kay and Kenny Youngblood and Jim Neilson. What a great group to kind of come help kick the tires here and work the wrinkles out of the new YouTube deal. I think it's working out good. We did have a couple of great events. We Jack Red and I went and visited with a number of folks last weekend. And we had a really great hot rod event just south of Richmond. We saw Rick and Terry Osborne and lots of our other friends. It was really fantastic. And so, the things are happening here on the East Coast, and as they are all over the place. I do want to remind everybody that, and so here's one thing, we don't have the lineup for the guests for the next, so it may very well be Kenny Youngblood again. We'll see how we do, but we will get together and get the guests lined up. We sort of were during our transition, we kind of fell off the task list there a little bit. I spent a week in El Paso, which was fantastic for my work, and so we're back to it now, and we're bringing it to you here on YouTube. So this is working out pretty well. I do want to say that we have the Rocking Chair Nationals up in Hagerstown, Maryland, on June 22nd. Jack Red and I will be up there, and I hope that you will join us and the Gore family and Hayne Dominic and all the rest as we have a great day of hot rods and car shows and vintage drag racing, and just doing a tribute to a lot of great people. And we, as we always do, Gary Gore has pulled out a number of folks, and Hayne Dominic, actually, they partner on these events. They've pulled out a number of folks who have lifetime achievement awards, and I'll be honored to join those two guys as we present those. That's June 22nd at Hagerstown Speedway, Mason-Dixon Dragway. Please join us up there. And I'm going to do a little bit of those we lost, folks. I do have this on my phone, so I don't have this up in front of me now. We are changing, or we're getting back together on some of our ways of doing the show, but I did want to mention these folks, and I might miss a few from the early weeks that we weren't on, but we'll be sure to bring them on. But on the 30th, one of the great racers on the East Coast, Bill Dravo Jr., has passed, and he raced at Quasco Speedway, York US 30. Bruce Wheeler, the famous Wheeler dealer, top fuel racer, shared this with us. And of course, Jack Red, who's on the call tonight, is a very good friend of Bill. But he was just one of the top racers out there. Worked for NASA on an international space station, and that's who got a Jack approved decal up on the International Space Station. So Jack approved goes all the way up into space. I also want to just mention a couple other guys. Lee Tuttle passed away on the 14th. Lee raced a series of Chevy Camaros in the stock eliminator category. Ralph Conte, passing away, as a big bad Mopar racer, big bad super stock Mopar, passed away in the 25th. Dick St. Peter, raced a series of Novas in Superstock. He passed away on the 16th. Farewell to you, sir. And then see, what do we got here? I just found out this. I want to make sure I've got the right date. Former 70 Top Fuel champ Ronnie Martin passed away on May 21st. And just one of the top racers from the days gone by. And a few other folks. I think we're sort of caught up with those racers. Farewell to those racers, and condolences to their families, of course, and all their great friends. As I indicated, we don't have our lineup yet, but we will turn around and get that done. We are going to work hard. Tell your friends, if you are seeing this on the recording, please click the like, click the share, or wherever the heck they have on YouTube that does the same thing. I think they have a little bell you can click to let you know when we come on. But we're going to try to get the word out. This is a new deal for us. We've got all of our old shows, over there on Facebook. My intention is to start copying them here And I think I'm going to find some young person who wants to make a couple extra bucks and start transitioning those shows here, so we have them all in one place. And YouTube being the place that one should watch videos, this seems like a good place to do it. So anyway, on behalf of John and Miss Kay and Kenny Youngblood and Jim Jet Neilson, my name's Bill Pratt. It's been great to visit with you. Of course, farewell to the man, Danny White, my dear friend who passed about a year and a half ago. And of course, my other friend, the man, John Bachman. But I can point right to him right there because he's here with me live. By the way, folks, I did want to share that John has accepted an additional duty here at Draglist, and he is starting to update the drag racing lists, following in the footsteps of the great Danny White. And he did some over the last week and did an amazing job. And so especially the NHRA Top Fuel Funny Car Pro Stock Pro Mod racers that we should be featuring at a minimum, John has jumped in and started putting those entries up. So John, thank you for that, sir. And looking forward to enjoying your talents in yet another area of the Draglist family. So any final thoughts from you?
Yeah, I'll do my best on that. Danny left some mighty big shoes to fill.
Amen.
And I'm just blown away by the incredible amount of data that's in Draglist. There's over 123,000 entries, and all of them can be updated. I'm mainly working on the pros, and the next thing for me to do is get their ETs and mile per hour in there. But I've got their names and I added some photos as well. So, once the dust settles on all this, I think I'll be just cruising on down with it, man. I don't think it'll be a problem. And it's great having this show on YouTube. This is really nice, and I'm glad to have it here because we had so many issues in the past with other formats. I think this is going to be just great, y'all.
Yeah, we'll see how we do. This is our latest and greatest of many different versions, but hey, drag racers build new cars every year, so we're sort of doing the same thing. Anyway, John, thank you so much. Thanks again to Miss Kay, and of course Kenny and Jim. And folks, we will see you next Monday night, and with a guest to be determined. But we got some great folks we're talking to. Until then, have a wonderful week, and we'll see you. Happy June. Bye.